Okay, so we're gonna do a market outlook right now and discuss the pairs we're looking at. First of all, we're looking at UK100. I am currently in a long position right now in the UK100. Let's go to the technicals. We see that if we draw our fixed range volume profile over here, we see that the most number of participants or the volume point of control is over here with this yellow line. And we see some liquidity over there as well. We see price coming down, making that bearish order flow coming into that POC, and then we waited for our entry model, which was a RSI divergence, which we see here, that lower low being formed, that higher low being formed in the RSI, and then a piercing of the 50 RSI right there, changing character on the 4-hour time frame, giving us that confirmation to go on those longs. Now, fundamentally speaking, I believe that UK100 is coming up mainly because of the shift in its dependence on oil to now depending more on commodities. Now, usually the UK100 would have its top stocks, namely Shell, I believe, driving all the price action. But then in recent times, we see that commodities has been one of the main drivers, with Rio Tinto being one of those in the UK100 companies. So that's it for UK100. I'm just in this long position. If this goes lower, let's say target this liquidity, I'll just scale in again in another prop firm account. But until then, I'm holding this. Next up, we have also EURCAD right now. EURCAD is absolutely beautiful, technically speaking. We see this impulse up right here. We draw our fixed range volume profile, and we see some liquidity over there, just near where the point of control was. We see price coming down without bearish order flow into that point of control, just like how we always do it. And we see that price made that RSI divergence there, so it just made a lower low, but then it made a higher low in the RSI, and then once again piercing through the 50 RSI, changing character in the price action. But then at this point, we were not yet satisfied. We were waiting for a deeper retracement because there was some liquidity that was left behind in that impulse up over here. And if we draw our fixed range volume profile in that impulse up, we notice that the most amount of participants were also there in that liquidity point. So we waited for price to come down here and then come up, and then we see that gap as well, which is really, really good. And fundamentally speaking, the whole week, last week, they were hyping up the trade deal agreement between the US and Canada, and said that there would be a decrease, a significant decrease in the tariffs. But the market structure here in the daily time frame was leaning towards those longs, as we also draw that impulse up over here, and then price came down and also left those descending highs. Price came down to that POC and just used this 30-week EMA as a jumping board, so to speak. And so that's why we're looking for longs. We see, once again, reacting from that POC, making that impulse up, and then once again now doing that. And so our bias was longs since the beginning of last week. I was just waiting for the right catalyst. And in the weekend, Saturday, we heard that the US-Canada trade deal collapsed around Saturday morning. So yeah, that was just pure manipulation in my opinion. Next, we're looking at EURGBP round 2. We already had a EURGBP position early this August here, which hit TP mainly because of the volume here. If we draw our fixed range volume profile from swing low to swing high, we noticed that there were a lot of participants over here. Price came down to that area, leaving some descending highs as well, which contain a lot of liquidity above it. And when price went there, created that RSI divergence, making that higher low in RSI, making that lower low in price, changed character, piercing through the RSI 50. And then that's where we got in on that retest. And then afterwards, price just moved aggressively into RTP within a few days. Yeah, and so that was good. And now if we just move that first, we see that there was also a lot of participants in this move up. I believe price will go there and target these areas of liquidity, make that RSI divergence like this, and then change character, and that would be our go signal for longs in EURGBP. Those are my top 3. Aside from that, I'm also looking at AUDCHF scale-ins. That was a perfect trade over here with that RSI divergence, reacting from that POC with liquidity deep in discount pricing below 0.5 Fib, jar Fib retracement from swing high to swing low. And we see that it is below 0.5 Fib and had that reaction. Changed character as well, piercing the RSI 50 while changing character. So that was a really, really good setup in my opinion. However, I was waiting for some pullbacks as it looked like it was having some difficulty to cross that 50 RSI. I was waiting for it to come back down, and maybe I would enter here, put my stop loss a little bit below over here in that daily area of demand instead. That was my trade idea, but yes, I guess it will go without me. If it will come back though, I'll be looking out for those scale-ins. USD CAD, I'm also looking forward to this. On the daily time frame though, we see that price is definitely inside that value area where those participants were. However, price was just very, very bearish on the way down. We also noticed that 30 EMA over here, using that Stan Weinstein stage analysis, is bullish. So we're looking at a change of character here in this fractal high close above that, and we were looking for some pullbacks and probably get in, put our stop loss below that would be new area of demand. So just going to the dollar, since we touched upon USD CAD already. And by the way, this trade, if ever it works out, is also riding upon the CAD weakness right now because of the US-Canada trade deal collapse. So moving on, let's go to the DXY as well. That's a very, very important topic right now. We see that price has gone down and now making these 3 touch points here on this trend line. And at the same time, if we draw our fixed range volume profile from that stage 2 Weinstein stage analysis, we see that there were some participants over here in that last liquidity low. Price came down there, and I think it will just make another low here, change character to the upside, and that will be a go signal for us to look for longs. And probably when that happens, we'll see some USD CAD longs as well. Now, it's very, very important here. If you notice that fixed range volume profile, we notice that very, very clear Stan Weinstein stage analysis. We have that stage 1, which is basing, stage 2, which is that breakout, and then stage 3, which is the accumulation. We have stage 1 over here, and we have stage 2 over here, and we have stage 3 over here, and stage 4 is over here. So yeah, very clearly, we only use stage 2 for our fixed range volume profile and not involve anything from stage 1 or stage 3, because as you can see, it can distort somehow. However, not in this particular example. Maybe if we extend over here, we see that the POC is over here above. We only use stage 2 for our volume analysis. And that would be my idea for DXY. And that would be good for longs, dollar longs. And for long-term trades, I'm looking at TEM, Tempus AI. In the weekly time frame, this would be a long-term hold, maybe weeks or months. We see that breakout after swiping liquidity over here. These lows are now swiped by this low, and then once again that RSI divergence as well, signifying that it's over sold on the weekly time frame and that change of character over there. So I'm waiting for some retracements into this area over here, maybe tapping that 30 EMA on the weekly time frame, then look for longs afterwards and target these I consider these descending highs, which contain liquidity above as well. Same thing with Wendy's. I'm also targeting Wendy's in the food and beverage sector. We see that after a long downtrend, Wendy's is now broken through that 30 EMA. But before that, we noticed that there was a swipe of liquidity over here and then that change of character. So this was not very convincing for me though, this first change of character, because it just wicked that. However, we see another move up here reacting from this liquidity point and then just going up. So I guess it's good for longs, Wendy's, but I'll be waiting for price to come down again, retest maybe this fair value gap, and then I'll be in and just riding it until maybe this point for a long-term hold. And that will be it for me for today's market outlook, and cheers.